So it has now been, 2 months since I had my jaw Botox as well as some of the fat dissolving injections for the V line, and I wanted to do a 2-month post-procedural update for everyone so that we can talk a little bit more about my results and just the experience of undergoing this procedure. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Overall, after one treatment, I am really quite happy with the result. Now, there is a very, very, very popular saying in the aesthetic world, the best work is subtle. And I really, truly do believe that. Now, by no means is my result drastic. However, I myself notice a slimming effect in the bottom half of my face, or the V line of my face. And I am really, really, really just ecstatic with the result. So if you haven't seen my earlier video I posted in April, I went to get Botox injected into the masseter muscle, which is the muscle that is responsible for chewing and clenching. Now, I actually looked into getting this treatment done because I have a TMJ. So I grind my teeth at night and I wake up just sore, but it was also causing the masseter muscle to become very large and stronger and creating a very angular shape to my face, which quite frankly, I did not like. So not only was I waking up with an extremely sore jaw muscle, but I was noticing that I was starting to get more angular and more angular and more angular, and I didn't really like the way that that shaped my entire face. So BL, the clinic in Daegu, was running a special where you could get jaw Botox, but they would also do some of their fat dissolving injections in the lower half of the face to create a very slim effect, a V-line treatment, they call it out here in Korea. So I went ahead and I scheduled that. It cost me about, I also did some Botox just in my brow region. So that ended up costing me a little around like $100 USD. There was a special, but I also got the referral discount as well. So I think you'd be more looking at like the 120 range for that treatment if I'm thinking correctly. So immediately post-injection, I was of course sore. The Botox, the actual injection feels like pressure. And, excuse me, am I gonna burp? Probably. Like I say in all my videos, if you came here for good content, you're in the wrong place. So immediately post Botox, every time I've gotten Botox, you know, that pressure goes away within minutes. It's really just the actual injection that feels a little uncomfortable. It's very manageable. On a scale of 1 to 10, the actual injection of Botox itself is maybe like a 1 or 2 in terms of pain, and the actual injection of the Botox, the neurotoxin, that feels unpleasant. It doesn't hurt. It's really hard to describe. It feels like pressure within the skin. It doesn't hurt, but on a scale of 1 to 10 of it being uncomfortable, it's definitely like a 4 for me, I'd say. However, it goes away really quickly, so it's really nothing that I think you need to be concerned about or worried about. Now, as I talked about in my other video, which will be linked below, Botox inhibits the connection between your brain and the muscle. So it temporarily kind of halts the signal from your brain to your muscle. It's not permanent. It lasts anywhere from about 2 to 3 months, depending on your metabolism. For me, now that I'm 2 months in, I'm noticing that my Botox's effects has really weakened. So the fat dissolving injection, known as brand name Kybella in the United States and possibly other English speaking countries, that one felt really bizarre. The actual injection did not hurt whatsoever. What was really interesting about it was, I'd say maybe 10 minutes post procedure, I got a very intense tingling sensation in the lower half of my face that lasted about, I want to say, 20 minutes. 20 minutes and then it was over. However, I was sore on a scale of maybe 2 out of 10 for about 24 to 48 hours post-procedure. What I did notice was that with the Kybella or fat dissolving injection, I did end up getting some minor bruising in this area of my face. I did take some pictures, so I'll include those pictures for you. But truly, it was with the masks that we all have to wear right now, like no one noticed. I barely noticed. And I'd say that bruising probably showed up maybe 6 days to a week post. Now, the most noteworthy thing I want to address about the jaw Botox was I was sore for about 2 weeks. I'm not too sure if it was because new muscles were being activated in my face because this one was being weakened. I really want to know what the science behind that soreness was. However, for about 2 weeks, I was sore. It was a very different sensation for those of you who do have TMJ and are interested in getting this, or for those of you who just want the V-line effect. The soreness was I'm kicking things. The soreness was definitely tolerable. For the first 48 hours, you don't want to be taking any Tylenol. You don't want to be taking any painkillers. However, post 24 hours, post 2-3 days, taking some Tylenol alleviated that pain. Pain isn't even the right word. It was really just a soreness. It was just like a dull kind of soreness. For those of you with TMJ, it was a very different soreness that I experienced. But then 2 weeks, it was gone. It was gone and it didn't come back. Naturally, why you would get Botox done for TMJ or for jaw slimming is because it inhibits that muscle. That muscle actually grows weaker, and when the muscle grows weaker, it grows smaller. So then you get that slimming effect. Or for those of us with TMJ, that muscle isn't working. It can't work to grind your teeth. So the muscle gets smaller, you get a slimming effect, and of course, that muscle's not being worked. So that being the case, you're not going to notice effects immediately. I started to notice that my face was getting slimmer, I'd say probably about 3 weeks ago. I just woke up one day and looked and I thought, oh my gosh, I really do notice that my face is starting to slim down. Same thing with the fat dissolving injection. That's not something that you're going to notice effects with immediately. In fact, I did notice that I did get a little swelling. And so I noticed that for the first few days, actually, I looked like I was even more square. But, oh my gosh, when I started to notice the effects, I was so happy. Things to make sure you're doing if you decide to get this treatment. I would suggest sticking to really easy to chew foods or liquids for the first 2 days. I was sore the first 2 days afterwards. The other thing that you're going to want to do is to make sure that you're drinking a lot of water. The actual fat dissolving injections, they're killing off that fat, but your body has to excrete those killed off fat cells. So you're going to want to make sure that you're drinking a lot of water to aid in that sort of detoxifying process that's going on in your body. The other thing that's really crucial that I mentioned before is if you're going to be getting the fat dissolving injection, you do not want to take any painkillers or anti-inflammatories, because this is really important. That injection is creating inflammation within those fat cells to kill them. So what happens if you take an anti-inflammatory or a painkiller while that injection is going to work is you're actually going to stop. You're going to halt that process and it's not going to be effective. So it's really important that you're not taking any painkillers within that short period of time post-procedure. Other than that, I would really recommend this. I really quite liked it. I am really enjoying the results. I do think that I'm going to go in another month or two to have a little bit more Botox done right here in the masseter. I'm not too sure whether or not I'm going to have any more of the fat dissolving injections done. I'm still thinking about it. I am really quite happy with my results there, so I'm sort of leaning more so along the lines of no, I'm not going to. However, of course, I will update you if I do decide. And if there is anything else that you have questions about that I didn't address in this video, please leave it in the comments below, as well as check out my video from April where I actually show you and take you along to BL where I have my V-line injections done. I really am quite proud of that video. I think I did a really good job editing it and describing what, why, and how. So everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. Love you, appreciate you, thank you so much. Like and subscribe to support this channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!